Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Tuesday to those of you watching on YouTube. So it is Monday night, actually, August the 3rd. I'm just now coming on to do this weekly energy reading, and my guides actually told me I would be doing it in the evening, and I was over here thinking like, yeah, okay, 5-6 p.m. But then the way the day unfolded, I happen to get on right now, and I'm like, oh, they were right. It was like the evening. So here I am to do this weekly energy reading. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos and you don't know who I am, my name is Stef, and I'm a psychic soul alignment coach. What I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to support them in doing very deep levels of healing, because I am a healer as well, in order to help them to connect back to more of who they truly are. And by doing this, they're then able to create the lives that they truly desire. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're able to really have your greatest level of success, influence, impact, and income. If you're a person on the spiritual journey, not necessarily an entrepreneur, then you're able to really just create more of what you desire in life by doing this deep healing and embodying more of your truth. So every Monday, I come onto my Facebook business page to do the weekly energy reading, usually in the mornings. I'm getting situated here, but I come on Mondays to do the weekly energy readings. And basically what the weekly energy reading is for is just to give you some insights as to what to expect from the energy of the week, so that you can use that information to your advantage. And from that space, you're not caught off guard. You're able to really just move yourself through the week with so much more ease and grace, because you know why certain things are showing up, or why you're feeling the way you're feeling, or this kind of stuff, right? So that helps you to navigate it with more grace. And so when I tuned in to my guides to ask them like what we needed to know for this week, August 3rd through August 9th, 2020, I immediately heard challenges. Now, I don't want you to get afraid of that word in case it triggers you in any kind of way. I would think it would be very helpful to you to also check out my August energy reading. In case you haven't seen that yet, please go and watch that after this video. I will pin it up here to the cards somewhere afterwards. Hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. But I did the August energy reading, and I talked all about how August was going to be a month requiring perseverance and having us step into greater levels of trust and surrender in order to come back to our true power. So we're starting off the first week of August in that energy, really, really strong. And we're going to have these challenges come up for us. And this is going to look a little bit different for everyone, depending on your own unique journey and what you're going through, what you're needing to experience. But there are going to be some people this week who are really going to feel challenged with reality, are really going to have things not work out the way that they want to. They're going to question the future. They're going to question their well-being, their success, their path. There's going to be certain things that show up for you, or maybe are not showing up in time for you or in the way in which you want them to, that are going to impose challenges to your life. And it might trigger a lot of this intense emotion inside of you, because the challenge might feel overwhelming. It might feel like it's too much for you. It might feel like there's no solution. And so for these people, the challenges that show up, this is all really just you being given the opportunity to really step into your power and to rise up to the challenge, to really know that whatever it is that's showing up for you that is creating a disturbance in your life, in your path, that you feel is difficult in any kind of way to overcome, or maybe impossible to overcome, and your ego mind is being triggered so much and putting fear in your heart, this is really a great opportunity for you to step into your power, get that ego under control, move through those emotions, and really see how you handle this from this more empowered space of saying, I'm not going to keep being triggered by this. I'm not going to keep feeling like, woe is me. This is hard. It's impossible. Why can't I catch a break? Why does this have to just be so difficult? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you really are being asked to get it together and rise up to that challenge, knowing that this is going to make you stronger, wiser, more empowered, and is going to ultimately lead you down a greater path. Okay? So this is for this first group of people. They also wanted me to tell you that the challenges is really an opportunity for you to see what you're really made of. Because a lot of times as humans, we underestimate ourselves and we think that we can't do anything, or we think certain things are impossible, or whatever it is. But when we are placed sometimes in these challenging situations where maybe we feel like we have no way out, we feel like there's just no escape or no solution there, but we need a solution, we can just activate like our powerful manifesting ability sometimes to make magic happen, or we will all of a sudden be creative enough and like come up with some kind of solution or whatever it is. So that is to really show you that you're not as limited or as helpless or as powerless in any kind of way as you might think you are. Because again, what is happening for some people who are having these kinds of intense challenges where maybe you feel like you're done, like it's over for you or something, what it's really doing for you is it's giving you an opportunity to see that it's not the end of the world, and that you can actually be more, do more, receive more, have more than what you think is possible. And it'll like start opening you up to more possibilities. When you get through this seemingly like hard challenge or impossible to overcome challenge, it will allow for you, when you get through it, to be like, wow, you know, here I was thinking this was the end of the world, this was the worst thing ever, I wasn't going to be able to get through this, but look at how it worked out, or look at how I ended up resolving this, or look at how the universe ended up coming through for me. And it wasn't the end of the world like I thought it was going to be. And this will open you up to more possibilities, okay? Also, because these challenges are having you to rise up to the challenge, to meet the challenge, to face the challenge, to really put on your game face and choose to no longer be intimidated, to no longer feel helpless. Like, these are opportunities for you to really rise up into your power and see what you're made of. This is going to help you to shift more into who you truly are, because you're more of this powerful divine being that can do the impossible, that can make magic happen, that can be more than the circumstance or whatever it is. But what happens is that you're kind of like under the spell of your ego, making you think otherwise. But when you're in these positions or these situations, or you experience these challenges that in a sense kind of like force you to rise up to a higher level of yourself, then you're able to, and you do it and you are successful, you're able to see more of who you truly are and what you're made of. And that is really powerful, because that will then open you up to all these other possibilities, to be like, oh, you know, like I can do these things. I am powerful. I am supported. There's more available to me. But you won't be able to have that realization, have that deeper knowing, that understanding, that belief on this greater level, unless you kind of go through these experiences first and experience that firsthand. There is this Abraham Hicks quote that I heard, and luckily I can actually quote someone, because I'm not good with quoting people. But they say sometimes like, words don't teach, experience does, or something like that. And that's true. Like, I always mention that from time to time in my videos, is like, yeah, you can, you know, hear all these things that I share with you, and it might resonate with you on an intellectual level. But when you have that lived experience of it, that's when you like really integrate that into your consciousness in a greater way. You really integrate that into yourself on a much deeper level. You understand it on a deeper level because you've lived it. So this is what needs to happen, in a sense, for you to really kind of remember more of who you truly are, how powerful you are, how supported you are, how everything is really working out for you. You need to go through these challenging experiences, these opportunities, to really rise up to that occasion, or be forced to rise up in some kind of way. be forced to do things differently from what your ego has conditioned you to do for so long, and really break free from that and come back to more of who you truly are, so that things do work out, they do flow, the miracles happen, the manifestations occur. And then from that space, you're able to have this greater understanding of like, whoa, like this is true. This is who I really am. The universe is supporting me. And that's that lived experience that you need to have, okay? Because again, I can tell you, you're a magical, beautiful, divine being, and you're infinite abundance, and yada, 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 all the things, but that doesn't mean you believe it. When you go through these experiences and you experience that for yourself, you really integrate it and you really get it, okay? So that is what I have to say to that for this first group of people. Now, for the second group of people, you are still going to experience challenges in some way, but they're not going to be as triggering for you as the first group of people that I just spoke to. The first group of people, they're going to lose it. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you honestly, like for the first group of people who are having the challenges and stuff, and you've been under the spell of your ego thinking you can't do it, it's impossible, you know, you can't catch a break, yada, yada, yada. The truth of the matter is, my loves, is that for those of you in this first category, you're still deeply attached to your ego. So your ego is going to be triggered potentially very strongly as these challenges occur, because your ego is going to want to control things and figure it out, and it's going to be in the fear and the anxiety, the worry, the scarcity, whatever it is, right? So the truth of the matter is that might come up for you, or most likely will, if you feel you identify with this first group of people. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of us breaking free from the ego, breaking free from that level of consciousness, that way of being, and choosing to let that go. And it's like we have to kind of sometimes go through the challenges and have all these emotions be triggered to, in a sense, kind of really release that. So it's just part of the journey. Don't feel bad. Just do your best to move yourself through those emotions, through those experiences. Do your best to lean on divine guidance to help support you with moving through those challenges. But for the second group of people, these people are still going to experience challenges in a way, but they will experience challenges, but they're not going to be as strongly triggered. Like it's not going to overpower them for so long or for days on end or whatever. There will be a sudden emotional charge, but a very quick release, because this second group of people is more awakened in a sense to the truth of who they are. And this is just like these bits of old self that are going to momentarily be triggered as the challenges comes up, because the challenge is going to come up, and then all of a sudden those old patterns are going to be like, oh my God, can I do this? Oh my God, what's going to happen? Like that old stuff will initially be triggered and it'll come up, but the second group of people have a bit of a greater mastery inside of themselves, and they're able to feel that and experience that and move through that much more easily. And then from that space, they're able to be like, hold on a second, let me snap myself out of it. Okay, this is this challenge. I got this. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to succeed. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. I'm not going to let this put fear in my heart or whatever it is. And they're going to move on. So this is what this second group of people are going to be experiencing as well. Okay. It's very similar to my August energy reading. So you will still feel these things, but not as intensely. So as the challenges show up, this is a choice for everyone, a choice to move in the direction that you want to go in. So you have the choice to decide how you handle that challenge. Are you going to, especially for the second group of people, are you going to handle it from the place of your old self, or this new place, this new self that you are, and to face that courageously, face that confidently, and believe in your success, and believe that it still will work out, and not allowing yourself to be fazed by it? Will you still choose to continue to move on towards the challenge and move yourself through the challenge from the space of greater personal power or not. But this is a very powerful opportunity for everyone to choose to come back into their power, more of who they truly are. Now, they wanted me to mention, because this week is the Lionsgate portal, which is on August 8th. And they did want me to mention that the reason that the challenges are going to be showing up for people, and everyone's going to have these challenges in some kind of way, is because this Lionsgate energy is really calling everyone to step more into their power, into who they truly are. And in order to do that, you need to show up as more of who you truly are, but you're not going to be able to see that for yourself unless you show up and rise up in this greater energy and you handle things from this greater space. Does that make sense? It's like, especially for the second group of people, you're not going to really know that you've changed or that you've expanded your consciousness and you're a greater version of yourself until the challenges show up and you choose to handle them differently and from this more empowered space, and you recognize that, you see that for yourself. And then you're going to be able to be like, oh wow, I have changed. Oh wow, I am braver. I believe in myself more. I am more confident. I do more deeply believe that I'm supported, because look at how I'm holding it together. I'm at peace inside of myself, or whatever it is. And you're able to do that. And for the first group of people, it's more so about, like, just for everyone in a sense, just really pulling away all of these things that you need to let go of to rise up into this more empowered divine version of yourself with the help of the energy. Because the energy of the Lionsgate is really calling everyone to rise up to a much greater degree of their personal power. It's kind of like you're walking through that door, but you can't walk through that door unless you're more empowered. And everyone is kind of like, how to explain it? It's like we're all being moved in the direction of this door. So we're all going to walk through it, and we all have to be in a higher level of our power before we actually walk through it. But to be more in our power, like, all of these other old bits have to still be pulled away, have to be released. And that is the purpose of the challenges showing up this week, is it's opportunities for you to continue to release these old ways of thinking, of being, of feeling, all of this other stuff. Like, having that pulled off of you in some kind of way by having the challenges show up in your life and trigger you, and you choosing to rise up and no longer allowing the old stuff to play out again, choosing to break free from those patterns and coming back to more of your truth. And as you do that, more of this old stuff will be pulled away, so that by the time that you get to the portal, you'll be this more empowered version of yourself that's more connected to their truth. So when I was asking my guides about this, I also asked, like, I pulled some cards because I was like, hey, are there any other messages we need to know for our highest good today? And card and this charity card wanted to come out, because I kind of, like, as I was shuffling the deck, like, I kind of saw her, like, jump out, but then she jumped back in, and then I was like, if we need to hear from her, she'll come back out. And I just kept shuffling and she came back out. So these definitely are the two cards. And then as I kept shuffling, like, two other cards came out too. This is Krishna and El Moria. I really want to speak to Ganesh right now in charity, which is this card. Ganesh is infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And charity, this is an archangel, is prayer and contemplation. Or maybe she's an angel, I don't know. But connect with heaven, asking you shall receive. So I want to speak to these two, because the thing is that we've all asked for amazing things in our lives. We want to make a greater impact. We want to transform certain areas of our lives. We want to transform ourselves. Like, we've asked for this. We have asked and asked and asked. Now, the thing is that when you ask the universe for something, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to look the way that you want it to, okay? Or maybe like not 9 times out of 10, but a lot of times it's not going to look the way that you think it needs to look or the way that you want it to, okay? And so this is why it's really important for you to understand that you've asked for a better life. You've asked for a more successful business. You've asked for that relationship. You've asked for whatever it is that you've asked for. Well, your prayers have been answered, okay? They've been answered. But in order for you to be able to create that, to receive that in your life, you have to be a more expanded version of yourself, an upgraded version of yourself. And so the thing is that in order to get to where you want to get to, there are certain challenges, obstacles along the way. Now, you obviously have to traverse the obstacles to get to where you want to go, right? Or to create what you want to create. Well, that is what's happening, is the universe is bringing these obstacles to your awareness of what you need to release in order to align yourself with more of who you truly are and what you want. So as these challenges show up for you and they're triggering these things inside of you, that is the universe saying, hey, these things that are being triggered inside of you, you have to look at them, heal through them, work through them, whatever it is, because this is the very stuff you need to let go of in order to create the life that you want, in order to be more of who you divinely are. And this, by them bringing these challenges to you, these opportunities, that is them giving you the opportunity, like, hey, this is what you need to look at, clear this. What you need to look at, clear this. And by doing so, then these obstacles are going to be removed from your path to be able to ultimately align yourself more with what you truly desire to be able to create that. Does that make sense? So a lot of times the challenges that we see in life are not obstacles on our path. They are opportunities for us to see and recognize what is keeping us from being able to create what we want in life, so that we can then do our part around that to get ourselves together and move beyond that. Does that make sense? So for example, let's say, okay, just to make this more practical, more understandable, let's say that your desire, which you've been asking for, is that dream relationship, okay? You've been asking for that dream relationship, but you got certain resistance along the way to that relationship, because let me tell you, as humans, we naturally, unconsciously have a lot of resistance to getting what we want, because if we didn't have resistance, it would already be in our lives. So if it's not in our lives, there's some kind of resistance. So let's say, imagine that what you've been praying for, what you've been asking for, is that relationship. Well, in order to align you with that relationship, the universe is going to bring you these obstacles, these opportunities to really be able to see what you need to work on inside of yourself to align yourself with that relationship that you want. And maybe this week you'll experience like trigger after trigger when it comes to different relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it's other things in regards to relationships that you need to work through for yourself to really have that greater understanding of yourself, to move yourself through those things, heal from those things, whatever it is, to then let those things go so you're more of a match with your desire. Does that make sense? So that is what I have to say on that. Now, these other two cards that I mentioned, okay? El Moria is awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And Krishna says devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Now, what I want to say to that is that again, this energy that we're experiencing this week is really about us stepping into more of who we truly are. So that's this awakening presence, right? We're awakening more to who we truly are. And we need to understand that we don't, as divine beings who are divinely loved and supported, a lot of times we don't really embody that. And that's why we get triggered when the challenges show up, because we're afraid, because it feels out of our control, because we're fearful these negative things could happen, whatever it is, because we forget that we're so loved and supported. And this is really about just reminding us that we are loved and supported. It is okay. We don't need to freak out. We need to trust in the process. Trust in this path that we're experiencing, this journey, the things that are showing up, doing our best to move ourselves through them, doing our best to connect with our divine truth, that it's all okay. We need to trust in that because we are protected, we are loved. And this is all part of us awakening back to who we truly are, okay? And this is also, connected to the spiritual side, is just keep leaning into your trust as you move through the challenges, especially if there are certain things that you feel you have no control over, there's so much uncertainty, you're worried and stuff. You really need to commit to your spirituality. Like, just pray if you need to, let that go. Give it up to God, give it up to the universe, whatever you believe in, and just allow that to be enough. Allow that to be okay. As you keep doing that, you'll allow yourself to move through the challenges or the opportunities much more easily, and you'll come back to more of your divine truth as things unfold and you see that it's all okay. It's not what you think it will be. And I've personally been in just so many crazy circumstances in life, situations in life, where, I would literally freak out and all this other stuff. And the more that I experienced those things, I just kept really understanding that there is a higher power that looks after me, and I don't need to freak out so much. So sometimes these things just have to unfold in this way to really help us to understand that. So I really hope that this has helped you so much. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell notification thing and change your settings to all so that you never miss out on a notification from me on my channel. Because sometimes subscribing isn't enough for whatever reason. You have to make sure you click always see the videos if you enjoy this. And please let me know in the comments below how this message resonated with you, how it spoke to you, what maybe challenges you already feel like you're currently facing at this time. I know today I had certain things come up for me that I was like, oh, okay, I gotta move through this. So it's just part of life, okay? But anyway, I really hope that this has helped you. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate you. If you know of anyone who could benefit from this reading today, please share this video out with them. And I'm super, super excited about this week. I feel like this week I'm going to be announcing some really amazing changes to my Facebook community. I have a private Facebook community. You can follow me on my social media handles in the description of this video. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and what is it? And well, if you're watching on YouTube. So you can check those out in the description of this video on YouTube. My social media handles. You can find me as Stef and Coaching everywhere. And so I have a Facebook community, and I've been channeling all day today with my guides on the amazing shifts that I'm going to be making in my community to just make it a place that is really in alignment with my vision of creating an amazing safe space for spiritual people, and especially spiritual entrepreneurs who really want to make their impact and want to support one another in just being able to get our amazing work out there and changing the world with all of our unique gifts and abilities. So if that is something that speaks to you, then please come and join us. The link to that will be in the description of this video for you to come and join my community. And oh, another offer that I have for you today that I was asked to share is I'm offering these, I think it's like business planning strategy sessions. I think that's what it's called. I channeled that today. And basically, it's a 90-minute session in which I'm going to work with you the way that I work with my guides, because my spirit guides are the reason that I've been able to be in business for the last 3.5 years. They're the reason why I'm able to get clients that pay me high end, even though I don't have a website right now at the moment of this video, and just all kinds of other things. They've just really helped me to move through really dark moments in my life and to rebuild my business when necessary. So they've just been such amazing sources of support, pillars of support for me. I don't think I would be alive without them. I love my guides so much. And so my guides have really helped me to just do the things that I'm doing in the world and to be supporting people with work that is just truly powerful and meaningful. So today I was channeling with them on a lot of different things in regards to my business intentions, in regards to my Facebook group, finances, just so many different things. I always channel with them at the beginning of the month. So if you have not set intentions for the month, please make sure to do that because it helps you so much in your life. And so I sit with them and I channel all these different things. And we channeled on my offers for this month, all the things that I'm going to be doing. So that's when they mentioned to me to offer this, which is the first time that I'm doing something like this. What I do for myself, they want me to offer to other people. So it's a in which I'm going to support you in really being able to understand what you're intended to do this month to move forward with your journey, with your business, to make your impact, and to really let you know like what maybe major offer you might have at this time that you need to be promoting, because that's what the energy is supporting, because that's what you're aligned for at this time, and to really help you to kind of understand how you need to break that down and build up to that, and what misalignments you might need to realign in order to get the best possible results. And what else did they want me to say? I have to look at the whole thing. I wrote it out today, but basically that's what it is. I'm going to help you to really dig deep into your business, about where you're at in your business right now. Maybe I should just open my journal thing today that I wrote in today so I can just have it all here in one go. But where to go? Yeah, we're going to see. Here it is. Okay. So let me see if I can find it. What they basically wanted me to say is that it's all about helping you to, hopefully I'm not too loud in this microphone. Okay, I wrote a lot of things, but basically we're going to help you with your business stuff. So that's seeing where you're at in business at this time, like what's going on in your business, because there's people at different levels, and some are just starting out that need a lot of direction and guidance and clarity and step-by-step actions that they need to take. Others are a little bit more advanced, but their business is out of alignment and they need to understand why and what they need to do to bring it into alignment, what steps they need to actually take, what they need to start working towards. So it just depends on where you're at in your business and what you need at this time. But we're going to kind of have an assessment of where you're at business-wise, what needs to be adjusted to prepare you for the greatest level of success, no matter what level you're at, and to really understand what your big offer is that's coming up that you're most aligned with, and what steps you need to take in order to launch that successfully, in order to have the greatest level of success with that. It's a 90-minute session. It's currently, they're having me offer it at $200. So if it speaks to you, please reach out to me via Instagram or Facebook, or message me on one of those social media things, or let me know here if you want on YouTube. And then we'll set that up. I only have 5 spots available, so that has to happen this week so that I can, have the sessions with you and get you set up for August and maybe the first week of September. But that is what we're going to be doing. It's a 90-minute session. It's recorded, and I'll just give you whatever other information that they wanted me to give you in regards to that. But that's essentially what it is. So if this interests you, I would be super happy to assist you with your journey and to help you to move forward with the guidance that my guides have to bring forward for you to help you. So that's basically it for my announcements. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you so, so much. And I'm wishing you all an amazing rest of your week. And I'll see you on Thursday for the next video here on YouTube, because I'm going to upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays now on YouTube. We're still announcing that and getting clear on that with my guides. But anyway, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.